people, welcome back to my channel, Steady As She Grows. I'm Lorinda. It seems like it's been a while. It's been a while since you guys have been here with me. It was 4th of July on Saturday. Today's Tuesday. I hope you all had a great 4th of July. It was like a war zone over here, but some people put on some pretty cool shows. And to be honest, it was really nice to just hang out with the family, barbecue, food, and it was great. It was just a wonderful time, and I think we all needed that. So I hope you all had a great 4th of July as well. So it's July and we're gonna do a garden tour. I'm so excited, and I'm also a little bummed because I should have did a garden tour when my sunflowers were in full bloom. They were just so beautiful, and now they're all they're done. They're pretty much done, and you know what are you gonna do? So we're gonna go around the garden. I'm gonna show you what's happening. So here we go. So first, I'm gonna show you my cherry tomatoes. Remember I had the sun gold tomatoes right here? Well, they were done and I just ripped them out. But this, I believe, is the same sun gold that started growing in another part of my garden, and I just popped it here. It grew in the same place that I had sun golds last year, so I thought, hey, I'd put it in, see what happens. And this is a cutting of a yellow pear, and look at, they're both doing really great, and they're starting to get flowers, so I should have some more cherry tomatoes that are coming soon. These are some peppers that I just popped in here a couple of days ago, so hopefully, you know, with the warmth, those will start to just bloom as well. So I'm waiting on those because I love peppers. They're my favorite. And these are my cucumbers. This is a pickling cucumber Space Master. Now you can see there's a lot of damage from leaf miners on there, so I'm gonna have to probably rip these out, but I do have some cucumbers down there. Let's see if you can see them right here. Look, pretty awesome. This probably I can pick in a day or so. And what I've been doing with those, I think this plant has already given me like 4 or 5 cucumbers, and I've been peeling them, slicing them, and pickling them. I actually just put them in the pickle jar that I bought from the store, Clausen Pickles. I just put them right in there, and they're so tasty. Some herbs. Some of my roses are starting to bloom. They're so pretty. I love them. This is an African mask plant that was in my house that my husband keeps tripping on this pot. He almost knocks it over every day, and I said, fine, I will take it outside till I can find a place for it in the house. So right now it's starting to put on a new leaf, and I think I have a new leaf coming up there too. Pretty cool. I'm excited. It's such a pretty plant. It's been really hot here in SoCal, so we've been running the air, so if you hear that in the background, sorry. Let's see what else we got going on over here. My little string of hearts. Look at how long that has got. It is past the table. It's just crazy. I've been taking really good care of it, fertilizing it. Who hung this here? This was not here. What the heck? I don't know. And it's stuck on there. I don't know who hung this there. Crazy. But one of my boys, who knows? But it's really pretty and I love it. Some Coleus that I have yet to plant, but I just keep watering it, and it looks really good. It's so pretty. Look at the colors on those leaves. Don't you just love Coleus? All my plants are doing good there. I had some Nasturtiums here that I ripped out because they were just completely dead, and those were the mums that I got for Mother's Day, and I just trimmed them up. New growth started to pop up, so I'm gonna plant those in the garden somewhere. These are the Oregon spring tomatoes. I got flowers, and I think I saw a tomato on here the other day. Yep, right there. Tomato right there. Now, all my tomatoes this year are so behind. I think the whole garden in general is just really behind. And I don't know why. I keep looking at my memories from my Facebook, seeing that I've been harvesting already tons of stuff. And this year, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not the only one. I've been seeing a lot of YouTube videos where everyone is behind as well. So who knows? The only one that knows is nature. Good old Mother Nature. These are Mr. Stripey, but he looks really good. No flowers yet, but looks good. And that was just a cutting that I took from my original plant. And there you go. There you go. This is a German Johnson. I have 2 plants here that I just kind of separated a little bit as it's growing up. No tomatoes yet, but I do have flowers, so that's good. Ooh, and a spiderweb. Strawberries. Now these kind of stopped for a little bit, but they're starting to come back. And they're starting to put off runners like crazy. These are runners. They put on these little shoots to try to propagate themselves. And what I do is I just attach them to the soil. If you can see here, I put a little landscape stake and put the tip of the runner right there, and it will root and start a whole new strawberry plant. So that's what I do with the runners, just kind of tuck them in other places. There's a long one right there, so I wonder if it'll reach. Let's see. Oh, it might reach over there. I'll do that later. Now look at this tomato plant. This is a volunteer tomato plant that I just let go. This is also the same little pot where my black krim is planted, and that had overwintered. And if you can see, I have a ripe black krim right here. And the only reason I have a ripe tomato to pick right now is because this plant was from last year. So it got, I would say, a head start, but it looks super healthy. And I'm gonna pick this right now. Beautiful tomato, big and juicy. Little crack there from probably watering a lot, but it's okay. Beautiful tomato. But also in this same bed, I had a, like I said, a volunteer pop up. And I don't know what kind of tomato it is, but it's a multiflora, which means it produces huge clusters of tomatoes. Like, look at all these clusters of flowers. Kind of crazy. And look at all these tomatoes it has already. Really crazy. And I have some ripe ones right here. So it's like a big cherry tomato. That's what it looks like to me. It's like a 2-bite tomato. I could probably fit this whole thing in my mouth. Let me see. Definitely a 2-bite tomato. Definitely a 2-bite tomato. But it's delicious. That's really sweet for a volunteer. So I just let him go. And it's so funny because volunteer plants do so well because they're already, you know, acclimated to their environment and water and sun. So you don't have to harden them off like you do with seedlings that you start on your own. So really excited for that one. Some onions. This is the Craig's Grande onion. What else we got? Oh, remember that radish? That giant radish? Well, it's still here. And look at all the seed pods that I'm actually going to rip out and take out that radish now, because these seed pods look pretty plump and they need to dry so I can plant those seeds. So I'll probably be doing that this week. And this beautiful Climbing Rose, so pretty. I need to trim it a little bit, deadhead it really, because it really needs it. But it's gotten pretty big. And I just planted this year, this spring. Strawberries. I just watered it, so it's pretty wet. I don't know if there's any berries in here. Oh, there is. Look at that. That's a beautiful berry. I'm gonna eat that right now. Don't you just love garden treasures? Oh my God, that's so sweet. Tomatillo, looking really sad. But look at this. Oh, look at those beautiful zinnias. Aren't those gorgeous? Volunteer zinnia that has popped up in this bed. I just let go, and I'm so glad I did, because they're so beautiful. It's such a vibrant pink. And I have another one down there that had volunteered as well. So I just let him go. Can't stop beauty. What do we got here? We got some basil, shishito peppers, and I do have some peppers on here. Oh, I have a sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. Something. But shishito peppers and ground cherry. Now, I know I've seen a ground cherry that are ready. And they call them ground cherry because these little things, they fall to the ground. I can't do this with one hand. But they're like a little husk. And then they're really sweet. That one was delicious. And you know they're ripe when they fall to the ground. Like this one looks like it's about, oop, it fell off right on my hand. So you know it's ripe. Pretty. That one's a little tart. Oh, this one fell too. Oh my God, all these treasures. So excited. Now, it's not nice to eat in front of people. That's what my mother always told me. Okay, look at my pomegranate tree. Look at all the pomegranates on it. So crazy. Bumper crop for sure this year. I just hope the rodents stay away. Doesn't look like it. It looks like there's already some rodent damage right there. But I have so many, I think I'll be okay. And my snake is not doing his job. I think he's fired. Now, these dragon tongue bush beans are I thought had it, but I noticed it started putting on flowers and beans again. Look at that. Look at how pretty that is. That one's ready to pick. But look at how horrible the plant looks in general. But the fruit looks great, so I'll take it. I was just about to rip these out and I saw the beans and I saw more flowers and I'm like, I'm just gonna let it go and see what happens. I got some, this is, I believe, a Japanese cucumber, and it's not really putting on any cucumbers. That cucumber right there has been that size for a very long time. So I don't know what's going on with it right there. But look at my Okinawa bitter melon. It's just gotten crazy. And well, that cucumber plant and the bitter melon have attached itself to the pomegranate tree. And I think it's gonna start to climb the pomegranate tree. Which, I don't know if I should just try to detach it from the tree. But wouldn't it be cool to pick pomegranates and cucumbers and bitter melons from this same tree? Lizzie! Here, lizard, lizard, lizard. See if we can zoom in on you, little guy. Hi! How's it going? Eat all the bugs. I love the lizards. So like I said, I think I'm just gonna let it climb the tree. And what else? This is some milkweed that I brought out for the monarchs, but the monarchs are not doing nothing with it. It actually just attracted milkweed beetles, which are these little black and orange beetles. But, oh well, it's still pretty. Hopefully the monarchs will find it. I see them on there sometimes, but I don't see any caterpillars, so I don't know. Now these nasturtiums are just so sad. But I have seen a few hummingbirds on it yesterday, a couple of them actually. But they really need to be ripped out. And this thing just reseeds itself every year. So. But look, guys. These were my sunflowers. And they're starting to die. They were glorious, and I kick myself in the butt that I didn't shoot a garden tour sooner when they were in their full glory. But I did take some video, which, hey, you know what? I'll drop right here. My sunflowers have gone gangbuster. So beautiful. These are the Lemon Queen from Baker Creek. I'm in love. but I do have some still that are blooming. This is the Lemon Queen from Baker Creek. Just absolutely stunning. I just fell in love with them. And my hollyhocks are pretty much done. But these hollyhocks here just started to open. I didn't think they would. And these ones are like double petaled, which is really cool. And actually this is what was advertised on the box, was these double petaled flowers. And I got the single petal on the ones over here that are pretty much done. But I also got some white ones too. These are white single petal, but hey, white is pretty cool. I didn't expect that. But see the sunflowers? So pretty still. And I believe I can harvest seeds from these, so I'll be cutting these soon because I definitely do not want all the seeds to fall into my garden. So I'm going to need to cut them, dry them, and let the seeds form away from the garden. So what else we got? This is a big beefsteak tomato. Look at these big guys. Good sized tomato. Now this is a hybrid. This is the one that I was going to enter into the Orange County Fair. And I'm kind of glad that I grew this now and not entered it or depended on it for the fair, because it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. This is supposed to be like a 2-pound tomato and it's just not. So, but that's how we learn. Trial and error. Apples. These have gotten pretty big. Actually, I picked one already and I tasted it. It had a lot of burnt marks on it like this, so I thought it was just gonna die. It had a lot of it actually. I didn't want the plant to put energy into it, so I pulled it off. And I thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take a bite into it anyway to see if it has any flavor, and it was so flippin' delicious. So I should have just left it. But hey, I still ate the whole dang thing. What else have we got? My peppers. Look at my peppers, guys. Look at how big these are. Now this is a, I forget. And my tags. Spanish mammoth pepper. My tags are getting a little sunburnt and it's coming off. So this is Spanish mammoth. I think this is yellow monster. I'm not exactly sure. I have some Cubanelles in there. Just some regular red bell pepper in the back. I think I have some Ajvarski peppers in here as well. But they're all doing great. I've already harvested a couple of peppers and ate them. And I have to say, delish. Now this plant, the eggplant. I have to tell you, I flippin' love eggplant. I've never eaten eggplant before in my life till I had so many eggplant and didn't know what to do with. So I just Googled some recipes. And this plant is so prolific. Like, I can't even explain how prolific this plant is. But it is doing fabulous. And this is just one plant. Kind of crazy. Now this cucumber plant that's supposed to go up this trellis here, not doing so good. It hasn't really grown much. Doesn't have as much leaf miner damage as the other plants do, but it's just not growing. So I'm just going to pop some more seeds in, see what happens. But remember that honeyboat delicata squash that I thought was practically dead over here? Look at it. It's doing great. It's climbing up my trellis and I have 2 squash on it. Look at how big these guys are too. This one looks like it didn't get pollinated, but these 2 look pretty good. Really excited there. This plant is suffering from a little bit of leaf miner damage right there. I might have to cut off that leaf. But look at all the flowers and the blossoms on it. That one's weird with a little bit of a green tint. Maybe it got cross-pollinated. But I've harvested a couple of squash off of this. This is the yellow crookneck. So that one's doing really good. And this is my cannabis plant. It's doing really good. We have determined that this is a female. I have 2 female plants in here and they're doing great. I do see some bug damage right here, but so far so good. It looks really healthy. Cool. And I have a, what do I have back there? This is a spaghetti squash. And I do have one spaghetti squash over there. I believe it's hiding under the leaves right there. And it had a lot of powdery mildew. But I kind of cut off those leaves recently, and I'm probably going to spray it. I just don't have time. I kind of just let things go and let nature take its course. But it's attached itself to my lemon tree, so I've decided just to leave it and let it attach itself to the lemon tree so I can pick lemons and spaghetti squash from this tree. I mean, what's bad about that? We got a lot of lemons on this tree. I need to buy some more leaf miner traps. These are the leaf miner traps right here. It has a little plastic, I don't even know what you call it. It has the pheromone for the leaf miners. And you put this, you open up this little pouch and it has this little plastic nub that you put inside this, and that's what attracts the leaf miners to it and keeps it away from eating your plants, because sometimes you get curly leaves like this and they get really yellow, and it's the leaf miners attacking, and you can't even see it. It could also be I have a little bit of an iron deficiency, so I might have to put some iron into the soil right there, and a supplement for iron. When you see a lot of yellow on your plants, it's usually an iron deficiency. But I have yellow and I have curly leaves, and the curly leaves is a sign of the leaf miners. So now this is the nettle that has gotten really big, and there's flies all over it. I cannot get rid of the flies. The flies are so bad this year. Are you having a problem with flies? If you are, let me know. And what are you doing to keep them away? Because I think I've tried everything and I cannot keep the dang flies away. They're just everywhere. So so I need to, I don't know if I want to harvest this and make it into tea, because there's just flies all over it. It's kind of gross. So I might just have to grow it in a pot away from the rest of the garden so it doesn't attract too many bugs. I don't know. I have no clue. Okay, what do we got here? This is longevity spinach that I trimmed back, but it's coming back with a vengeance. So that's all right. But this squash plant has been so prolific. I have a squash there that needs to be picked. I have a few more babies that are about to open right here. Look at all those babies. My goodness. Hello. I'll let you go one more day. Get a little bigger. And when this is, it stays pretty tender, even when it gets a little big. But look, you guys. Look at all these Malabar spinach seedlings. Isn't that crazy? I need to just get my hoe and just kind of run through it, run it through the dirt here so these don't continue to grow, because that would be a nightmare. I mean, you can see the seeds just keep falling off of this, and I've tried to cut all the rest of this down, but these seeds have a purple ink around them that just messes up your hands. It gets everywhere. So I'm just gonna let the birds continue to eat them, because the birds do like them, and then just kind of hoe through this once a week so they don't continue to grow. But I did save some of them, and I planted them over here. Let me take you there right now. Do 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 do. Okay, here they are. I put 3 of those little seedlings and planted them in this planter, and put up a little trellis thing I found at Aldi. It's for a hanging plant, but I thought I could use it as a trellis and just put some of my wire in there. And look, it's starting to climb. And they look really good. So, and I actually ate a leaf today, and it tastes like spinach. A little more gelatinous than spinach, but it's still pretty good. So, let me go back to where I was. And these sunflowers just recently opened the other day. Look at how pretty they are. Don't you just love a sunflower? Hello, lovely. Oh, can't forget you. You're pretty lovely too. And this cucumber plant that is also growing on this half of the trellis. I have a couple little funky little cucumbers that didn't get pollinated properly. That's what happens when they don't. They look like a little whale. Kind of cute. So I'm gonna have to just pop some more seeds in here. Or maybe this just isn't a good spot for cucumbers. I've never grown them here before. So maybe I'll put something else here instead. So these, oh, I just saw something kind of funny. Look at this eggplant. Oh my gosh, it's grown through. Oh my goodness, let me see here. It's grown through this little trellis I have here. And it's, oh man. Well, I'll have to come and do surgery on this guy later. But more eggplant. I roasted some in the barbecue yesterday and it wasn't bad. Okay, what else I got here? I got some squash. These are acorn squash. I'm sorry if my camera angles are making you dizzy. Now, I don't know, all these squashes look so different and they all came from the same pack. So I'm just kind of like, whatevs. And I don't even know when they're ready. How do you know when an acorn squash is ready to pick? Has some powdery mildew, but the squashes are doing fine. This popped up out of nowhere. This is a berry bush I must have planted a while back and it never came up and I forgot about it and now here it is. But it's fine because this is where all the other berry bushes are. This one is a blackberry bush that has just like gone gangbuster. And I just keep wrapping it around the trellis and intertwining it, but it just keeps sending off shoots like crazy. So I see no berries yet, but maybe next year while this gets established, but it's going pretty crazy. And we got some beautiful zinnias. This is the Queen Lime zinnia and the Queen Lime orange. Really pretty. Love them. Oop. I got a cucumber right here. Now, I don't even know what kind of cucumber this is. I think I just bought it. I did not start this plant. But it's doing good. It's giving me like 3 cucumbers so far. And I see some more flowers. But I don't see any more female flowers. So hopefully soon it'll give me some more cucumbers because what it did give me was pretty dang tasty. Alright. The berry bushes are doing nothing, but it's okay. I popped some more sunflowers in this same pot right here. These are a velvet queen. It's supposed to be like a red sunflower. I got 2 of them right here that are looking good. They've been getting eaten by something. I have no clue. I'm gonna have to sneak out here at night to see what's eating them. I got another squash plant right here. It's giving me a couple of squash already. It's just a green zucchini. But look at my Roma tomatoes. Look at all the tomatoes I have on here. Pretty cool, huh? There's so many. I love this Roma tomato. It's from San Diego Seed Company. They're kind of pear-shaped and they're very flavorful. A very meaty tomato. It's perfect for salsa. And this is Mr. Stripey. Hello, Mr. Stripey. I cannot wait for you. And he also branched off to over here and up and has now started to climb this trellis, which is just fine by me. I try to come through and prune it at least once a week, pick off any suckers that I don't want, but can't wait. This is such a delicious tomato, and I need to put some bags on those tomatoes because I have had some rodent issues with some of my black currant tomatoes, so I definitely need to protect these. Back over here, some more peppers. Look at that big pepper. I think this is an Ajvarsky pepper. It's supposed to turn red. These are purple peppers. That's actually ready to be picked. I got some more. Well, there's some flowers on that plant, but this plant here was from last year, and I think it's just a red pepper. I'm not sure. Now, these squashes aren't doing too well. They got a lot of powdery mildew. I got one honeyboat delicata squash right there. But let's see here. Turn. I got a butternut squash. See? So cute. Hello there. So super excited for that butternut squash. And I don't know, it almost looks ready to me. I only got one, but hey, one is better than none. My beautiful geraniums. And what else? I think that is it. I think we've gone through everything. Pretty cool. My garden, it's my baby. Sunflowers still look good to me. Even when they're dying, they still make you happy. And I love these multi-headed ones. So even as some are dying, you know, some are still just smiling at you. And I've been cutting them and bringing them in the house, and they've been doing great. I didn't go through this tomato. This tomato plant right here is a Cherokee purple, and it's looking great, but I don't even have any flowers on this one. What is up with that? I keep getting flowers and they keep falling off. It's been making me mad. Here's a couple little flowers, but most of the flowers just keep falling off. Don't know. Oh, I'm gonna take you to my plants over here. This trough thing here, I have some cantaloupes, but they aren't doing nothing. I think something's up with the soil in there, because the leaves keep looking like they get little burnt marks, and that is some leaf miner damage. But they're producing male flowers but no female flowers, so I don't know. There is a Kajari melon right there in the middle, but yeah, they are not doing too good. They're not really doing much. They are growing, and I did just trim them up because they had a lot of crunchy leaves, but I want my melons. Nasturtium here. But I wanted to show you guys this. So this is the Clematis. It was all dead, and I cut all the dead off, and a new shoot just started to come up. I swear, this is the plant that just will not quit. So really excited for that. I just kept watering it, thinking, hey, maybe something will happen, and it did. So I don't know why it died in the first place, again, for the second time, but hey, it's coming back, so we'll see. Some petunias that are really sad. They need to be deadheaded and trimmed back and whatever. But this gal over here, she looks great. She looks so happy. Some more of my little plants. Plant a garden and believe in tomorrow. But look, I know the sun's going down and it might be a little hard to see, but look at my fuchsias. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at that. Aren't those gorgeous? I love them so much. And even in this heat, you know, they're doing great. They just kind of exploded again. I fertilized it with some fish fertilizer the other day. Maybe that's what did it. But they're just looking great. And I just love this flower. This one's getting spent. When they get spent, you just pull them off. Spent blooms. But it has some sun damage right here. I might just cut off those leaves. But this lantana is just not doing good. I think I'm just going to whack it and see if it comes back. It has a lot of blight. My friend told me it was blight that this lantana has, and I should just cut off the leaves and stuff, but there are some leaf miner damage as well. So we'll see. And excuse my ugly nails. I tried to give myself my own manicure since the shops are closed, and it did not go well. So now I think that that's it. So thank you for visiting my channel. Thank you for going with me on a garden tour and seeing all the happenings going on. I just can't tell you how rewarding it is to pick your own vegetables that you grew. You can say, I grew this. That is so cool. How many people can say that? Be one of them. So get out and grow something. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.